And now the news. Chairman of the Overseas Countries and Territories Association, Premier Dr. D. Orlando Smith, has mentioned some of the shared challenges among the 22 member countries of the Overseas Countries and Territories Association, or Octa. Over 150 top government officials from the overseas countries and territories and senior European Union officials, high-level representatives from Britain, France, Netherlands, and Denmark, and the political leaders and their delegations from the overseas countries and territories around the world gathered in the Virgin Islands for the annual Octa Ministerial Conference on February 26th and the 13th annual Overseas Countries and Territories European Union Forum on February 27th. Addressing the opening of the 2015 Octa Ministerial Conference at the H. Laverty Stout Community College on Wednesday, February 26th, Dr. Smith said Octa member countries are all small island states that face similar threats such as coastal erosion brought on by rising sea levels due to climate change.
We are proud that each of us have a comparative advantage. While some more cities have advanced in areas such as renewable energy and infrastructure, others have made real gains in the conservation of marine biodiversity and sustainable fisheries. Yet still others have become prolific in service-based economies, such as tourism and financial services. By sharing these experiences and best practices with each other, we strengthen our respective economies.
Nous sommes fiers que chacun d'entre nous possède un avantage comparatif, tandis que certains pays et territoires d'outre-mer ont fait des avancées dans les domaines de l'énergie renouvelable ou l'infrastructure. D'autres ont fait des progrès dans la conservation de la biodiversité maritime ou la pêche durable, par exemple. D'autres encore ont énormément d'expérience dans des industries basées sur les services tels que le tourisme et les services financiers.
Of course, there's also the important characteristic of all OCTs being islands, whether located in the Caribbean Sea, Atlantic, Pacific, or Indian Oceans. In fact, being islands makes us natural partners as we face many of the same marine coastal challenges that come with development, must all adapt to the negative impacts of climate change.
Premier Smith has represented over 20 countries and territories during his year-long tenure as chairman of the Octa. Dr. Smith said his goal was to strengthen the position of the territories within the European Union and also with other international partners. He said the BVI has significantly raised the profile of the territories in the EU under his chairmanship. According to Premier Smith, the EU meetings in the BVI are special in that never before has a Caribbean country played such a central role in hosting EU activities of this magnitude. Addressing the opening ceremony, President of the Territorial Council of French-speaking Saint-Pierre and Miquelon and immediate past chairman of the Octa, His Excellency Stéphane Artano, says the Octa has long requested the presence of the European Union Commissioner for Development at their annual meetings, and he is happy to see that that request was finally granted with Neven Memka representing the EU.
Et vous savez à quel point les revendications des PTOM ces dernières années ont plaidé pour que le commissaire européen au développement puisse faire le déplacement, et cette année, nous avons l'honneur évidemment d'avoir le commissaire qui viendra se déplacer dans ce PTOM, les îles Vierges britanniques. Et je pense qu'en termes de message de l'Union européenne à notre égard, c'est extrêmement important, bien évidemment. Il nous faut maintenant évidemment valoriser également cette présence à l'occasion des échanges que nous aurons avec le commissaire et ses équipes.
For a long time, as overseas countries and territories, we have been fervently requesting the presence of the EU Commissioner for Development, and we can see that for this meeting, our ministerial conference, we now can boast of the presence of the Commissioner. So this is something that we are very happy to see, and it is something that shows the commitment of the European Union, and it is an important sign to us. So this is a good step in terms of the work that we're going to do for this week.
The overseas countries and territories also recognize their economic, environmental, scientific and strategic value to the EU, as well as the development of the wider region through EU support for research and development in renewable energy, climate change, biodiversity, conservation, science and technology, and other areas. Prime Minister of Curacao and incoming chairman of Octa, the Honorable Evar Ashes, says the 2015 gathering requires Octa members to agree on a strategic focus for the year 2020, while calling on the territorial grouping to rethink how it creates value for its membership.
Our annual gathering has special significance this year, as we as Octa need to arrive at an initial consensus regarding our strategic focus towards the year 2020 and our choice of the subsectors as well as the modalities of implementation for the thematic component of the 11th EDF. Our agenda this year's ministerial conference will also address the workings of Octa, particularly its governance aspects. It is imperative that we as Octa rethink how we use the available resources in order to create value and to provide quality services to our members.
In observance of the Octa Ministerial Conference, the government of the Virgin Islands held an educational exhibition at Maria's by the Sea Hotel on February 25th and the 26th under the theme Unlocking the Value of the OCTs, Sustainable Development through Innovation, Competitiveness, and Green Growth.